Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically ruler of Manga Hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, the unofficial translations, chapter 336, Villain. I'm guessing that the actual name of the chapter is gonna be a bit longer, but I'm not gonna be waiting for that long. Maybe at best I'll change it into the official translation to when I post the video, but that's about it. At some point, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, let's get into this chapter because let's be real here, that's what we are all focusing on right now. So yeah, now the first page we got is, because this is the unofficial translation, we actually do get some visuals beforehand. So we get like a Shonen Jump cover, I guess that's what this is, with All Might and Dak will be like, yes! So I guess celebrating something. I guess a new popularity poll, since literally the next one is the popularity poll. So we see Deku here, Bakugo, Aizawa, Hags, Shoto, Kiyoshima, Shinso, Present Mike, Ida, the movie character with their animals, and yeah. Now apparently this popularity poll is only in Japan, which is probably the reason why there's no Shigaraki here. Although I'm pretty sure the last popularity poll also had really weird placements like that guy from Shikatsu or whatever that Miss Joke School is. So I don't know. It just biased towards the heroes if you ask me personally, but oh well, what can you do? If people aren't gonna put top 10 villains, then I guess Viltra's just never gonna be in the top 10 list. This is what they should do, honestly. Give a popularity poll that's just for villains. I mean, I know it's gonna be difficult early on, but later in the stories, that will make sense in my opinion. Byways, then we have we start this chapter properly with the training between the students, as we have Bakugo training with Ida, with Izuku, which I guess implies that Bakugo is not that all that below Izuku. As in the background, we have Sato versus Kiyoshima, Ojiro again versus Kiyoshima as well. I'm not sure on who the rest are. I think one of them is Koda. Well, another one might be Dark Tokoyami. I don't know, just a general standing montage. Anyways, the narrator is Baku's development. So I guess now we're gonna get an explanation on his cluster technique. So anyways, we have Baku explaining it. I learned how to concentrate and fire over at endeavors, and I can get it right consistently now too. By creating sweat spheres, I can fire off multiple shots at a time. That's how my new move cluster works. From here on out, all my moves are gonna get even stronger. It usually takes me time to really start sweating. That's why I'm in a that bubble. I guess that's why I'm in my winter suit. Although that, considering how the bubbles look like, I'm guessing that's supposed to be like, oh, so that's why you're in your winter suit. Because there I have the bubble being like, but it's freaking hot and wears me out quickly. So I guess it's that class technique is just the way how he usually used his special move, but now just in multiple distances. So anyways, then we have Izuku being like with his puffy hairdo, be like, Todekun too, he gives off a completely different vibe to before. As then we see like, see nothing really special, just uh, uh Todoroki doing this, and as fire and ice come from his shoulders. As you have Todoroki be like, I'm still getting a hang of it. My control over my left side should be caught up with my right side now. In order to not get burnt by Dabi's flames too, I need to make my right and left halves into one. So I guess that's how he's planning on covering both, countering Dobby with him, one side being too cold to burn, and the other side being hot enough to, like, fight fire with fire logic. So yeah, I guess that's what he's working on. So, anyways, then we see, I guess, two captives who are taking a break while Jiro and Sato are trading. As Kaminari is like, that all out war from before. As Mina's like, yeah. As then Kana's like, aren't the villain's two greatest assets super weakened right now? And Jigatomaka is still seated and confined, right? Won't this work out in if we find all for one? And it's just like the day of the battle closest the heroes of Training Heart. Weird says here now, but whatever. We're just looking at the title, the name, and the chapters are here. As we also see the facility the Gigantomachia is being held in. Which, by looks of it, things seems to also have ropes outside that's holding Gigantomachia in. Which, in my opinion, is just calling for Gigantomachia to break out of it. Because why would we even be shown the facility? I wouldn't be surprised if the facility itself is one thing that was already leaked or something by the trader. So yeah, I guess Kaminari is going through the our arts here, which is surprisingly smart, but he also has a bunch of flaws in it. So anyways, we start with the flaws, while Bob will be like, "You're short by 3 points." As they come, it's like, "There's three of them." So I guess Kaminari was expecting there to be like at least one thing or two that he was wrong about, but he wasn't expecting it to be three. So then we have Barbiak first of all. We probably won't be able to find him. Even though we found a known laboratory, Shiroki's hideout, and even the research facility, we were never able to locate All For One after his initial escape from Tadres post Camino. Well, let's get over with. And then we have also him saying, as we saw a flashback panel with All For One. And then we have Barbiak. In terms of escape and hiding, that ball sack faced freak is unparalleled. A bit of gross humor bit, but whatever, or amateur humor. As even Jiro is in they have been like, don't make vulgar jokes like that, Bakugo. As long as they're like, yeah. So I guess this is it actually true because they never actually did found All For One. Like even his first encounter where he got captured, it's not like he was, you know, found location and taken down. Like this was purely him like coming out himself. And even the whole late night god thing, he was expecting it and just preparing it. I mean, even like had a time frame for it or something. So yeah, it's not like it's gonna work that well. So anyways, then we have Momo being like, in the previous battle, Shiroki was still incomplete, right? And from our side, we've had lost a lot of heroes too. So if anything, the chances of us winning are still 50-50. As Bob Conrad's like, oh yeah, that's right. It's not like they went full power there either. And now we have even less arrows. Damn. So yeah, he's really close. So yeah, Conrad's first one, I was like, oh yeah, there are a lot of flaws as well. So I guess your Conrad's like, yeah, it's not gonna work. And even though Conrad is already like, yeah, you guys are right, I didn't count these two. We even have another thing where Bob goes like, and finally, the villains will be the ones to decide when the battle starts. Even if the Quirk Search were destroyed during Shiraki's butt with the American forces, we would likely still be on the back foot. That's why we are throwing so many people at this problem. So now guys also mentioning like we are not gonna be the ones that will be able to come and strike like last time. This time it will be all on their location. So yeah, which is also true. But I would also like to bring up the fact they don't really know what their forces are and who the rest of them are. Like Overone, Shiraki, and Jigatomaka might be their strongest and they are weakened, but they also have like a bunch of quirks. But there's still a bunch of other villains that they can't predict. Like it's not like they have that many opponents. Like that many knowledge about the rest. Like maybe the lieutenants and the soldiers, but they have no idea about the rest. I mean, how Toroki is literally training to prepare for his battle against Dabe. So it's clear you have to consider that as well. But anyways, then we have Izuku being like, we with still his poofy hairdo, as he's like, we have to at least try to influence the actions. I'm going to head out as soon as I can for recon. As then we have either smacking his head, having his poofy hair to fall to a point that it covers his over his nose, as he was like, "Not I, we." As Izuku is trying to get his hair back up, as he smiles, as then Izuku turns around, as he's like, "Right," but even despite that, as we see uh, Tsuyu looking at Ochako, as Ochako is embarrassed. As it seems like Izuku's hairdo is even bigger now. As we have Izuku be like, is it really alright for me to go outside with all that happening earlier? As he is like, it, to some extent, Uraka-kun's speech was able to alleviate some of the tension from within both the heroes and people sheltered here. Yeah, but still, I don't want think it's. I think this is something they should be concerned about too long. Like I would say, give it a couple of more days, but that's it. So, anyways, then we have Kamina be like, so in the end, no matter how much we force them to into a corner, All For One is still out there somewhere laughing at us. True, and he's but although to be fair, look, All For One might be laughing at you just because of well, actually, he just might be laughing out for no real particular reason. So, anyways, then we cut outside of the but outside a bit outside of the UA. As then we cut to a forest that's in the UA. As then we see one of those trees. Hagakure is standing there. I'm guessing this is supposed. I guess this is her relaying information to All For One, as she thinks to herself. Ever since the Gunga Mountain and Jakku Hospital battle, he lost his entire juvenile demeanor. Everyone else was the same though, but there's no other choice. We got another order from him. As someone else seems to be talking. Well, we see three people in the background as one of them saying this. And then I was like, it'll be fine. We'll just keep listening to him as we have been all along. Even if you're being monitored, it'll just be a disguised as a normal action in your daily life. This is a blind spot from their surveillance, right? We'll be fine. I guess Hirako is not. I guess these are the people that were Hirako talking about the trader, about the trader stuff. Although surprisingly enough, we don't actually have Hirako. It seems like we can actually see Hirako. So I think we have another one. Hirako again thanking her. Ever since Midora-kun came back to us, I haven't even seen you smile even once. Wait, that's not Hagakure, because I've seen the outrage from people last week, and it was very clearly Hagakure being the traitor. As Hagakure thinking to herself, I'm worried. You did just as All For One ordered at Camino, didn't you? And as then we see a crying next battle, a crying Aoyama with complete despair as we have someone talking to him as they're like, you have to do as he says, we will be killed otherwise. Yuga, as we see his parents, which we actually did see his mother beforehand, as we see her saying, even before entering this school, you've been listening to his orders properly. In the training camp, you too, you managed to inform him about where it was taking place without getting exposed. Wait. Aoyama is the traitor? I thought that's impossible. Everyone was throwing outfits over how Hagaka was a traitor, how he was a trash reveal. But you're telling me now that Aoyama was actually a traitor? Oh my god! To be fair, Aoyama was one of the more suspected captives beforehand, so I don't think we should really have been shocked all that much about this as well. But actually, it's just better because it's actually more emotional, and the panels here are very emotional with Aoyama countlessly crying his eyes out. Seriously, is it raining right now? Oh, by the way, and his parents, although his mother seems to be very standard, while his father seems to be like a very stereotypical kind of businessman looking character. So anyways, then we have one be like, Mama, Papa, but I. And then we have his mother shaking him. It's like, we aren't going it because we like it either, but it's too late to ignore his orders. Which, considering the fact that last time someone didn't go through his orders as well as they had a quirk, they are being blown to bits, which to be fair, Lena God is still alive. and is still in one piece outside the cracks. But the woman is correct on that front. That last time was not exactly the best thing. Anyways, then we have Hagako be like, that's a lie, right? It has to be. Oyama-kun is Oyama Oyama-kun is. So yeah, that is interesting. I guess she's trying to say traitor. Now there are some people who think this actually hints at her also being a traitor, which to be fair does make sense. Like, I mean, in the last chapter, Olfon did say France as in plural, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does have like multiple traitors in around. Which to be fair, considering the number of people who make total sense to be traitors, like Hagakure, Aoyama, Nazu, I could actually see that being a thing here. So, anyways, then while she's saying Ayama-kun, we also see like the USJ flashback, the Fortune camp accident invasion. But anyways, then we have Ayama's mom be like, "We wanted nothing else other than your happiness." Then we get a small little flashback where we see Ayama as a child. As then I'm guessing this is his first day of school. So then we have narration. I'm guessing that's her mom being like, "You Yuga, do you want to be like everyone else?" As I was like, yeah, because being different is really scary. And we see like well, I'm like starting to sniff and cry a bit. As we have like we see show of a bit of the entire class that he, I guess, was going to. As we see like all them happy, like showing off their quirks a bit. As we have the nation be like, we did it because you were born without a quirk. We didn't want you to be shunned by everyone else. Wait, Ayama was actually born quirkless? Oh, to be fair, that was also a thing that they were theorizing because Ayama's quirk didn't like work well, which seemed to imply that it may have been like a new thing. But I guess that also does help the traitor, does make the traitor even more, logical, and he actually even cries even more now. So yeah, so everything we have, his mother being like, "We wanted you to live out your dreams just like everyone else." Which, this really kind of shows us how unfair the world is of MHA. Like, there's something that it's not really mentioned much, but the essential thing is, you're born quirkless, you'll be shunned by society, and you will not be able to, like, achieve your dreams like everyone else. Like, you literally have half of your you have literally some options of your life cut. Which is, again, not used much, but it actually is true. And yeah, it really does kind of make sense. Now there is some question about the percentage of people. How logical does it make that for there to be actual multiple people who born quirkless is actually very small. It's actually decreasing rapidly. Like I think it would say that the next generation is not even going to have anyone with a quirk, but still, it's something that's a problem gonna be for this generation. And to be fair, I won't be surprised if the people who are born quirkless are still gonna be in the next generation. It's gonna be such a small percentage that it's just gonna be very unlikely to find. So, anyways, there we have the. I must be like, if we knew this would have happened beforehand, we wouldn't have done it. Not in a million years, but the moment that you got a quirk from All For One, we were already under his influence. And once you have anything to do with All For One, there is no escaping him. Which is true. I like how they actually saying here that we don't want it and we wouldn't even done it if we knew all this chaos would have happened, but we got the quirk beforehand and now we are stuck working under him. Also, we get like very kind of demonic looking panel of All For One as he like reaches his hand as he like grins and seems like his upper side of his face is like normal to show how demonic he is in this one. So yeah, it's a pretty cool panel of him. Also, by the way, some people are questioning how exactly did Ayama's parents manage to find All For One, and how exactly did they, get all this. I'm guessing All For One either has like a way of finding some people that are born quirkless. Like maybe he's informed by some, or maybe or maybe through the doctor. Maybe some parents who have children that are born quirkless like ask the professors any way, anything we can do to get our child a quirk. Because let's be real here, Izuku didn't wasn't actually desperate for a quirk. Like he wanted a quirk, but he was like so, it's kind of like, I guess I'm stuck being quirkless. It sucks, but I guess I'm stuck like that. I wish I could be a hero without a quirk. But yeah, I guess that's kind of a situation here. I'm guessing it's gonna be probably revealed more into it, like maybe, and there's gonna be like a, you know, meeting about this whole thing, and they're gonna explain how they counter that and all, like information gathering or something like that. But yeah. So anyway, then we have Hagakure be like, someone needs to tell the teachers. Ah. So I guess Hagakure's not gonna be running towards the teacher or something. But anyways, then we have Aoyama being like, it was so painful all this time. So now we have Aoyama cleaning tears from his head. It's like, it took every ounce of my willpower to prevent me from exposing myself. I was crushed by immense guilt all this time. I did everything I could to appear brave. So I guess now he's mentioning the fact that I he didn't want to be a traitor. He does legitimately feel everything he does towards the team. So anyways, here we have a flashback. The first time we actually see his mother as they're looking at the screen of when All For One showed up. As I was like, when All For One was captured, Camino, I mistakenly thought that this would be my chance that I could finally be like everyone else. Which I guess is the reason why there was no actual like traitor any traitor movement, because he thought like Orphan's captured. So what's the point of me being actively going against him? There's no reason why. Nothing I can do. So I guess I'm out of it. So then we have his parents be like, Yuga, please forgive us. Please forgive your foolish parents, Yuga. So then we have Yuga go on his knees and be like, I just want to protect Mama and Papa. I don't want you. I don't want to let you die. And so he starts recovering more. His parents are like, Yuga, we beg you, please save us, Yuga. As as we have Yuga uncovering his eyes from his tears, and then they hear some rustling behind them as they look as the mom turns around and she sees Izuku and Hagakure there. As Izuku's like, ah. And then we have Izuku be like, I heard about something from Hagakure-san, so it came something about the traitor being you, Aoyama-kun. So I guess Izuku's a bit in the denial. So then we have Aoyama's mother trying to you know, hide the truth as her husband is like, oh no, and she's saying, "What are you talking about? You must have misheard something, surely." Is there we have like Midoriya-kun, and she's even more quiet. And now we have Irma's inner monologue is like, "Only I couldn't say anything that time. Only I." As this is like matching the battle between Izuku and us, the class. Is Izuku like, Ayama-kun, I'm. As then we have him thinking, stop, I can't, not you. Is that supposed to be Izuku's fault here? Anyway, then we have Ayama's letter, reading a letter that's on the, disco ball, well, his room. And then we have Izuku being like, Ayama-kun, you were the one who looked the most depressed after battle at Gonga Mountain. I figured something was up and I came looking for you. As he's like about to get very emotional as Ayama starts to get his hands off his face as he still tears up. As Ayama's like, yes. Then we got a panel flashback from the training they had once when Shigatsu Emo was introduced. As he's like, only I I always wanted to be an equal. They give a bunch of like cinematic shots of the trees and that. As he says, the USJ incident is it was like Yuga and the train cap. I helped them, Midoriya-kun. I am a scumbag villain. As we end this chapter with the final panel being on the cheese, on that cheese, he wrote, "I know." No, in front of Izuku's door, as the nation's like, faced with the truth, Deku will. And that's the end of the chapter. So, yeah, this chapter was very emotional, and honestly, the best part for me in this chapter was the fact that we didn't, like, waste a month or an entire volume to get it, because some writers would probably, want to delay this reveal for months and just have, where people just have to be like, be patient, be patient, be patient. So yeah, I'm happy we're getting this review out. Aoyama being the traitor makes sense. But he doesn't have like the most like the most information getting quote, but again, it still does make sense. And yeah, although this does make me wonder what exactly was All for One's reaction to Irma like shooting Kompraska in the forest camp. Maybe that wasn't reported. I mean, I don't know. It's very vague on exactly if they are aware of the trait or anything. Like I think in the anime, it's the even anime states, "Oh, ice locked," while in the manga, I think it's just him turning around and going down like not anything. But yeah, so where this is going, I don't know. I could see like Izuku being pissed, or like just him also starting to cry. I mean, he is known as the one who cries a lot, but I don't know what's going to happen here. As if for Hagako, if she's the traitor, I don't know as well. Like the whole multiple does also make sense, but I'm not sure if people would still react in the same hatred they acted in the last chapter. Again, we're very like it could go in any direction. Question: does Oyama already have orders from All for One? Because it's been some time now, and I feel like All for One would probably send some orders at this point. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, that's it for my reaction to for this chapter. I hope you liked the video. I hope you leave comments about your thoughts in the comments below. And with that said, don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. No, and with that said, I hope you. I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.